You may find it hard to imagine, a BYD Dolphin actually ran 220,000 kilometers and only replaced one air filter. Recently, a well-known overseas automotive media outlet reported such a case. A BYD Dolphin owner from Brazil, after driving 220,000 kilometers at high frequency over 2 years, lifted the vehicle for inspection, and was surprised to find that his beloved car was still in excellent condition, with only extremely slight wear on the brake discs, and the only part that needed attention was the interior, which required cleaning due to long-term use. This owner also stated that, apart from some routine maintenance, the only thing he really did was to replace the cabin air filter once. It was precisely this user experience that made him highly recognize the durability and quality of Chinese new energy vehicles. After this was posted online, it sparked a large amount of discussion among Brazilian netizens. Some netizens bluntly said that BYD's durability has already surpassed Japanese cars. Some even said that the Dolphin is not only worry-free and low maintenance, but compared with fuel vehicles it can also save considerable costs, and buying it is basically like making an investment. Thus, it is not hard to see that BYD's popularity in overseas markets is continuously rising. Data show that, in Brazil's passenger car market in May this year, BYD successfully surpassed Toyota, ranking 4th on the all-category sales list. And in 2024, BYD's sales in Brazil reached 76,811 vehicles, becoming the fastest-growing automotive brand locally. In addition, BYD's automobile exports in 2024 reached 433,000 vehicles, with a year-on-year growth rate as high as 71.8%, a very eye-catching growth rate. What is even more noteworthy is that on April 27, 2025, the Shenzhen RRO ship carrying more than 7,000 BYD vehicles set sail smoothly, and successfully arrived in Brazil on May 28. Besides the Shenzhen, BYD already has multiple car carriers in operation, including Kaichuo's Wonhao, Chongzhouhao, Hefeihao, Shenzhenhao, as well as the soon-to-be-delivered Changsha and Xianhao, and there are also 2 more under construction, with each ship costing as high as 600 to 700 million yuan. This is enough to prove how much BYD values its strategic layout in overseas markets. Not only that, BYD's factories in Thailand and Uzbekistan have already begun production, and the Brazil factory also officially started production on June 26 this year. It can be said that BYD's global industrial chain layout has basically taken shape. Coupled with the genuine recognition its products have received in overseas markets, and combined with continuously strong sales performance domestically, BYD is becoming a new energy brand that is increasingly eye-catching and trusted worldwide.
Aí, carro do momento. Carro do momento.
Futuro, inovação, né? Progresso.
E aí, para mim, é tecnologia e inovação, né? Eles estão reinventando o mercado automobilístico.
Não, eu acho muito interessante, inclusive de vez em quando, né? Nesse caminho mesmo que eu faço, eu vejo alguns deles, né? Os carros eletrônicos e até paro para admirar, né?
É uma empresa que tem investido muito nos carros elétricos, né? Disparadamente, no Brasil tem tido um crescimento muito grande.
Adoro quando eu chamo o Uber e vem um BYD. Ai, é que eu acho ele muito bonito.
A beleza dele, né? O conforto, são bastante confortáveis. Custo-benefício, né? É o máximo. A BYD é o futuro.
A tecnologia que eles vêm implementando nos carros, né? Que até o momento nenhuma marca fez do jeito que eles fizeram.
Eu acho que qualidade, conforto e tecnologia juntos.
Muito bom por causa da poluição também, né?
Sim, na minha lista, no meu top 3 ali de opções.
Com certeza, com certeza.
Com certeza, sim.
Com certeza. Pela qualidade, tecnologia e economia, né?
Sim, lógico, em primeiro lugar. Vem com força e traz mais ônibus e carros também, né?
What's more, BYD cars are not only popular among ordinary people in Brazil, but they are also very much liked by Brazilian wealthy people. The price of the BYD Han in Brazil can be described as luxury car level, yet it is still regarded by local wealthy people as a symbol of status. Many upper-class Brazilians have publicly stated that the strength of Chinese new energy vehicles has completely overtaken traditional luxury brands. One Brazilian wealthy man is particularly eye-catching. He often drives a red BYD Han EV around the streets of Brazil's capital, and every time he goes out, he becomes the focus of crowds. Many passers-by will take photos, and won't forget to praise, Chinese cars really look more and more stylish now. Precisely because of this, even though the price of the BYD Han in Brazil is as high as 720,000 yuan, there are still many people rushing to place orders. Even more astonishing, the BYD Tang EV sold out 500 units in less than a month after entering the market. Some Brazilian netizens even said, "Even if I have to wait a year, I must get this car." Previously, a Brazilian car reviewer interviewed this wealthy man who drives the BYD Han, asking why he did not choose a high-end luxury model with a similarly priced, more traditionally luxurious brand. The owner said that he indeed originally planned to buy a luxury brand, but after he walked into the 4S store, he immediately set his eyes on that red, China-made BYD Han in the showroom. The exterior was so striking that he couldn't move his feet away. Upon learning that it was a Chinese electric car, he did not hesitate and directly bought it. This owner said that the BYD Han's looks are enough to compete with luxury brands. The driving feel is very smooth, with no sense of jerking, and the comfort is also excellent. The four-wheel drive high-performance version accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 3.9 seconds, and its power performance is in no way inferior to luxury cars at the same price. Therefore, in Brazil's upper circles, the BYD Han has already been regarded as a symbol of new luxury, directly benchmarking luxury brands. BYD also announced that it has currently signed 15 dealers in Brazil, is expected to expand to 45 by the end of the year, and plans to reach 100 stores by 2026. This shows how much BYD is investing in and valuing the Brazilian market. The BYD Han's popularity in Brazil is not just a victory in sales, but also means that Chinese brands have truly ushered in a global rise.
After seeing how Brazilians evaluate BYD, I believe many people will naturally think of one sentence: Chinese cars have truly stood up. But do you really understand how difficult it was to reach this step? Over 10 years ago, in 2005, a Chinese brand sedan received a score of 0 in European crash test, and foreign media directly mocked it as a moving coffin. At that time, labels like cheap, rough, and unsafe were branded onto Chinese cars, and they could not even pass the most basic safety standards to enter European and American markets. But BYD did not back down because of this. From the moment BYD entered the automobile industry in 2003, BYD CEO Wang Chuanfu set a goal that seemed crazy. We're going to make new energy vehicles. At that time, this sounded almost like a joke. Back then, no one in the world believed in electric cars. Tesla was still struggling to survive, but BYD chose to walk the hardest path. The Blade battery, the DMI super hybrid system, the E-Platform 3.0. Every technological breakthrough came from countless engineers working day and night, standing back up again and again after repeated failures. And moving overseas was even more difficult. In 2013, BYD began testing the market in Brazil, starting with buses, using the simplest yet most direct method to let the market speak for itself. Electric buses drove onto the streets one after another, earning trust through real performance. Only then came taxis, ride-hailing cars, and eventually the private car market. Step by step, without any shortcuts. The BYD we see today that has run over 220,000 kilometers is not just a vehicle. It represents 20 years of struggle in China's automobile industry. It shows that made in China no longer means cheap and low quality. It proves that as long as we stick to a technical path and put quality first, Chinese brands are fully capable of competing with the top brands in the world. From being mocked to being respected, from a crash test score of 0 to today's full safety standards, from only being sold domestically to being exported globally, BYD has taken 20 full years to walk this path. And today, BYD building a factory in Brazil is not just expanding production capacity. It means Chinese cars have truly stepped onto the global stage. Just like this Brazilian car owner, who used more than 200,000 kilometers of rail driving to provide the strongest proof for Chinese cars. This is more convincing than any advertisement or promotion. The rise of Chinese cars was not built by marketing. It was built by every user, using real money to establish trust, forming reputation bit by bit. This is the story of Chinese automobiles. From nothing to something, from weak to strong, and every step was difficult. And it is precisely because it was not easy that today's achievements are especially precious. Alright, that's all for today's content. What are your thoughts on the rise of Chinese automobiles? Feel free to leave your comments. We'll see you in the next video.